Men in our society today face a minefield of challenges, including relationship problems, divorce, separation, redundancy, addiction issues, parenting issues, business failure, financial hardship, debilitating sickness and depression. Few men escape without having to face at least one of these issues. Most times they don't realise that there are many more men in the same boat. This can be a very lonely time, especially for men from rural or isolated areas. Having a few drinks with some mates at the pub or alone, going on a hunting or fishing trip or a golfing weekend are some of the ways that many men attempt to get some relief from the stresses of life. But this is all too often counterproductive and does little to resolve issues or support them in their most significant challenges. But there is a way to interact with and relate to other men at a much deeper level, which can not only help to support and often resolve many issues, but for many men result in the gaining of a new vitality in life that did not seem possible before. The West Australian Men's Gathering is a gathering of men that offers a safe environment and an opportunity for men to address particular issues in their life and to explore and inquire into how things could be different. It's not been designed to fix men, but to provide support that in most cases is just not available in their normal life. Each gathering has a theme, and this year it's Am I My Brother's Keeper? Wes Carter has been involved in men's work for more than 25 years and was one of the initiators of the West Australian Gathering. Over the 12 years it's been running, he's been a major contributor to the development of the gathering into what it is today.
What the WA Men's Gathering is about? It's about getting men together just to experience a new way of being with other men. It departs a little bit from conventional, talking about cars and women and sex and booze and all the conventional stuff. Just it's another way of getting men together to share some of their stories and go a little bit deeper. I started this off about 12, 13 years ago. I could see a need for men to find a place where it was safe for them to sort of talk a little bit more about who they are and have that heard and share. It's pretty simple stuff, really. It's not, not rocket science. Just about blokes who feel that they want to answer some of the internal calls that they have about being able to share with other men something about what's going on in their life. That's what it's about, and the committee keep changing. Like every year, we encourage other men to take over the control and the running of it, and give them a chance to devise different themes. This year the theme is fantastic. Am I my brother's keeper? Well, what a question. And my thinking is that we're going to address that quite considerably during that weekend of the Men's Gathering.
Men's gatherings have been the brunt of jokes in the past, with images of drum beating and body painting. But a survey of men who've attended one of the West Australian gatherings will reveal that what it offers is far too important to dismiss or trivialise. It's been shown that well-run men's groups are one of the most effective ways of contributing to the emotional and mental health of men. Peter Fry has been involved in the planning and running of a number of gatherings and continues to be involved.
Well, I get quite a lot out of gatherings. Sometimes I've been involved in organising them, and so there's a sense in which a gathering can keep going after you finish. Because for some people they say, well, we go back into that world of everything, it's no longer controlled, it isn't necessarily a safe container anymore, and I might not see these blokes again for a long time. Whereas for me, quite often, if I'm involved in organising, I stay in touch with quite a few of those blokes, and some of the things that's happened in the gathering for me can continue through that connection. So it's a bit like a movable, mobile men's group, in a sense. At the gathering itself, it varies. But what I think I can say is that it comes often in the most unexpected ways. I might have an idea about this gathering, and this is what's going to happen, and this is what I'm going to get out of it. And usually it isn't what I think. It creeps up on me, and what I take away from it and the memories I have nothing about the predisposition I had towards the gathering. Something comes out to surprise me. And so I don't expect that I would ever be blasé or, go along and say, well, I know what's going to happen this year and there'll be blokes doing this and that and the other thing, and I always expect the unexpected, and I'm never disappointed.
Many men experience a significant shift in priorities, which leads to a much healthier life balance. For some men, attending the gathering can reignite passions that may have been stifled by societal pressures for years. We talked to a few men who've attended gatherings in the past.
I think this gathering's for any man who's willing to explore and step into something a bit different, perhaps, if they haven't experienced anything like this. But it's really for any man. There's no discrimination either way, or it's just a real opportunity to step into community, into friendship, and to being together as a group in a different way than maybe that we're used to. So it's the way I sort of stated or feel it. I feel called to go and do these sort of things, and I either know that I want to go there or I don't. So it's for those men who feel called or invigorated or inspired to go and participate.
As we go through things like getting married and getting divorced and losing jobs and losing parents and all that sort of thing, and it's not something we need to. Our reactions to that it's nothing that we need to be ashamed of. It's just part of being a man and part of getting older and part of growing up.
You'll know. You'll know if it's time to come, if you're ready.
The gathering is held at Camp Simons in Araluen, which is nestled in a peaceful rural setting southeast of Perth on the upper reaches of the Canning River.
Mostly it's not so much about what I get out of a gathering, it's what I can contribute.
Around the protocols and the way these gatherings are organised, there's a lot of thought given to knowing that blokes may not be comfortable to begin with, and stuff built into the program to cater for that.
For me, it really connected me to my sense of who I am. It opened up my heart, gave me a real sense of joy, and really invigorated my life.
This year's gathering will be held over one weekend in November. Generous concessions are available to men from rural and isolated areas and for father-son registrations. For more details on the gathering, visit the website www.mensgatheringwa.org.au.